Here comes a new challenger!
Hello everyone, and welcome. I would like to apologize in advance for noise in the background, but I'll try to do my best. With that all being said, in this video we're just going to be looking at these four things right here. No hype gameplay reveal, hype reveal but not gameplay, hype in both aspects, or hype gameplay but not reveal. I guess we should have this one up top. Alright, so basically we're just going to be looking at all the DLC from Piranha Plant to Steve and talk about whether or not the character was hype initially and when revealed, and when the character was released, was their gameplay hype? You know, because obviously, as reference, in Street Fighter V, you had two characters that released alongside each other, being Sagat and G. G wasn't the hype reveal because he was a brand new character to Street Fighter, but when he came out, everyone loved him. Whereas with Sagat in Street Fighter V, everyone loved him in his reveal, but then when he was, released, not a lot of people cared because he is kind of like blandish. Is how they chose to do in Street Fighter V, at least from what I've seen. So that's just an example. So we're going to be looking at solely all the DLC. So with that being said, let's start with Piranha Plant. Now Piranha Plant, in terms of reveals, had a pretty hype reveal, right? Because a lot of people found it funny, people found it, hilarious. Everyone basically laughed and enjoyed over this plant. However, when the character came out, not a lot of people cared about Piranha Plant, right? Its moveset is pretty... It's standard, but standard can be good and hype. However, for Piranha Plant, it's just bland. The only interesting part about Piranha Plant is Patui, the projectile. Otherwise, I mean, he's a trap character that's kind of just you know what I mean? The only person to ever make Piranha Plant hype was Brood, and I don't even think Brood plays Piranha Plant anymore. Alright, now let's start with the actual fighter pass. So when it comes to Joker, y'all already know, he fits in this category. His initial reveal, everyone loved him, everyone praised him, everyone just adored the fact that Joker was making it a smash, and gameplay wise, he was fun. Everyone was labbing out the character, everyone just was happy over Joker's inclusion, both from a reveal and a gameplay aspect. He was a fun character to play. Even now, he's still incredibly fun to play. Even if you don't master the character, he's just a great character. Alright, moving on, we have Hero. Now this one, it depends on your perspective. From a Japanese audience, he'd probably be around here. For American audience, it'd kind of be like around here maybe, or even here for some people. So in this instance, I will look at it from my perspective, and that being not really hype reveal, right? Because the only thing I cared about Dragon Quest was Rocket Slime on the DS, that was it. But gameplay wise, I love Hero. Hero's one of my favorite characters to play, probably my most favorite or second favorite to play, or third favorite. It's kind of a three-way tie between two other characters I will get to later. But Hero was a very fun character, very fun to play. Now, I mean, come on, like, it's literally the ultimate casual character. In a competitive sense, yeah, he's kind of like, he's an RNG character, and not a lot of people may like that. But when it comes down to it, Hero's just a fun guy all around. I love playing the character, even though the reveal for me wasn't all too hype, I greatly enjoyed how he played, and I still play him even now. It's so fun. Hero's such a fun character. So next, we have Banjo. Now, Banjo, for a lot of people, had hype reveal, but not gameplay, and that's sort of my stance. Now, I never grew up with Banjo-Kazooie. I don't really care for the franchise, but I was hyped to see him in the game because I know a lot of people really wanted Banjo-Kazooie. So, I was happy for those people, and I got excited along with them. However, when it comes down to it, I ultimately find his gameplay boring, as do a lot of other people. No one really ever talks about Banjo outside of the fact that, he's finally in Smash. That's it. That's the only reason why we ever talk about Banjo and Kazooie. Otherwise, no one really cares. Gameplay-wise, it's just... Yes, his moveset is standard, but the way his moveset was designed, especially with the eggs and the grenades, it's very campy-ish. Like, there's more depth to Banjo. but for a lot of people, that death just isn't worth reaching for a lot of people, because a lot of people see Banjo as a mid-tier character, and not a lot of people find him all that hype gameplay-wise, but reveal-wise, he was everywhere. Next, we have Terry, and I think for a lot of people, you know, it fits under this category. Now, here's the thing. I love Terry, so I'm gonna put him here. You know, this is technically my list, but when it comes down to it, Terry for most people would probably end up around here or here, because reveal-wise, you know, unless you're basically a lived in Latino countries or a really big FGC person, or you played you know, you played fighting games a lot like I did, you wouldn't really know who Terry was. I did. When I saw his reveal, it was one of the best reveals in my opinion. I loved the way they did it. It kind of hurt me to see Geese and Iori not be the ones to get it, but hey, you know, I'm glad Terry got it. And plus, his reveal was hype. It was, you know, the way they introduced him was awesome, because you saw all these characters, and then look who's the one who finally gets the letter. It's Terry Bogard. He says, come on, come on. And then gameplay wise, he's super fun. Even people who don't like playing characters like Ryu and Ken can still find enjoyment in Terry, because Terry's just great. He is personality wise, he's amazing, but moveset wise, he just works, and works well. Next we have Byleth. Now a lot of people would put him here, but for me, as a Fire Emblem fan, I put him here. I love Byleth, but his gameplay is kind of mediocre. When it came to the reveal, I was super happy to see Byleth. I love, you know, Three Houses' story. I haven't played the game, but I know the story, and I love its story, and I love its characters. And so to see Byleth made me happy. Me personally, I'll be honest with you guys, I never understood why Byleth got so much hate, especially that I believe, yeah, like literally the month before, Three Houses won the fan vote in the Game of the Year 2019. Fire Emblem Three Houses, it beat Smash. So for me, I never really understood why Byleth got so much hate. Basically, if you played the game, you were hyped, and if you didn't play Three Houses, you weren't hyped. That's basically how it was, or at least if you didn't know the characters or whatever. Now, for me personally, I think Byleth is great, a great inclusion. I'm happy he's in the game, but in terms of his gameplay, he feels very sluggish, though maybe with patches, maybe that can be fixed later on. Now, and I should stress that when it comes to the DLC, outside of Joker, none of them were really touched up. So this is sort of how it is now, but maybe when we get to the final DLC character, I will remake this list, and who knows, maybe Byleth may be here or whatever, but for now, this is where they stand. Now, next we have Min Min. Now, me, I was hyped. I wasn't hyped initially. Right? I wasn't hyped initially because it was ARMS, and even though I played ARMS and I played Min Min because I love Min Min as a character, you know, they revealed it as ARMS first. They didn't reveal it as Min Min. So when it came to the time when it was actually Min Min, then I was hyped, you know? So you can look at it as one of two ways. It's either here or here for me. And for some people, again, maybe here or here. She kind of can go anywhere depending on the type of person you are. For me, I love fighting games. They're my favorite genre of all time. And even though ARMS is a strange fighting game, it's a fighting game through and through. It's just Nintendo's version of a fighting game. And I love Min Min. Personality-wise, she's great. Character-wise, she's amazing. In terms of moveset, for me, I like fighting her, and I like playing as her. She's a fun character for me, though I know that's not the case for a lot of other people, because, you know, a lot of people see it as, you know, the same thing, you just throw your arms out. But for me, I enjoy spacing out with Min Min. I enjoy, you know, when I can, to get in, do massive damage, get out, keep away, rinse and repeat. But the way you do it with certain characters, it depends, right? Because some characters are faster than others and they can catch up to you better. So for me, Min Min's fun in that aspect, trying to figure out my opponent. Because I already know my gameplay. I have to figure out my opponent during the game. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not trying to learn a very difficult character. I'm just trying to learn how to weave around my opponent using this character. And that to me is very fun. That's what makes Min Min to me a fun character. And lastly, we have Steve. Now, for me, same thing. I loved his reveal. I love that he was here, and I love his gameplay. Everything about Steve is fun, enjoyable, it's great. The reveal itself, I did upload my reaction. It was something else. I did not see that coming at all, but it was fun and I enjoyed it. I'm happy to see Steve join Smash. I don't, like, I know I mocked the idea of Steve, but I was more so talking about his inclusion as the Microsoft rep, because yes, while Microsoft owns Minecraft, you wouldn't consider Steve the mascot of Xbox. I've said this before several times. You can watch those videos, but I was never against Steve. I grew up with Minecraft. I grew up watching things like Sky Does Minecraft, Jerome, etc., Ant Venom, a few other YouTubers who did Minecraft content, and I ate all it up when I was a kid. But now as an adult, I do watch Minecraft content with Dream, very, very good content creator. I love watching his videos. But with that being said, Minecraft for me is a big part of my childhood. I appreciate Steve being in Smash. I love that he's here, and gameplay wise just matches that hype for me. I love doing combos with the axe and the sword and dealing all this crazy damage and using the throws and the anvil and all that sort of stuff. It's all great. It's all fun. I enjoy it, and I'm grateful he's here. So yeah, this is my current list, but maybe it might get outdated in the future. With that all being said, I think Ultimate's DLC lineup has been great. I think Sakurai, he made his promise, because even though the gameplay wise I don't find these guys hype, they are fun to play for me. I still find them fun to play, but when it comes down to it, Sakurai promised fun characters, and I've had fun with all of them, which is why I'm excited for the next 4 DLC characters. With that being said, I did make a video on my predictions on those, so I highly suggest you check it out. Now, with that all being said, thank you so much for watching, take care of yourself, and as always, have a great rest of your day. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.